5 years of accelerating science. Are you curious about the story of Research Hub? Here's how we have evolved in the past 5 years, from 2019 to 2022, from ideation to introduction of bounties, which is, like I said earlier, fundamentally shifting the entire industry of peer-reviewed research. A $19 billion top-line industry is being shifted live, and you guys are getting to see it on the forefront of that shift. It is the pendulum shifting back into proper incentive models for scientific researchers. Origin blog post. Brian Armstrong posts idea on how to improve scientific research. This was in February of 2019. So before the last bull run, literally in the bear market of last cycle. And then in August, Research Hub goes live. Brian Armstrong and Patrick Joyce become co-founders, and the researchhub.com website goes live. So apparently, Patrick Joyce here, who was already working on a solution to the problem outlined in Brian Armstrong's Origin blog post. And so he reached out to Brian Armstrong and was like, yo, brother, let's collaborate. Token generation event. Research Coin RSC is created as integrated into the Research Hub mechanism for incentives, August of 2020. So 1 year later. It takes a long time to get this stuff right. Bounties. Research Hub introduced the bounty feature, effectively creating a marketplace for research services. That was in July of 2022. And then it only goes onward from there. 2023 through 2024. From founding to the enhanced reputation and reward algorithm. Project exposure. Token holders grow from 500 to 5,000 from November to February of 2024. This is when we started covering. We started covering, I think in September of 2023, we started talking about Research Hub. Not saying correlations equal causation, but I am saying that as soon as I started talking about it, the industry started picking up a little bit. We actually talked about that on the interview. And he was saying that he thinks it has a slight correlation with SciCon, a bunch of really smart thought leaders getting together and listening to Brian Armstrong talk in San Francisco about the industry and what's coming and what's been happening. And that is happening on November 20th. I'm working with people who are attending the conference to try and get some coverage of the conference that I can share with you guys live as it's happening, but that's all in the works right now, so can't confirm any of it yet. But then funding of Research Hub introduced crowdfunding and funds their first 6 research projects with RSC. That was January of 2024. The paid peer review process. The Research Hub Foundation incentivizes peer review with a $150 research coin per review. Researchers are embracing this feature heavily. You can actually see, and I should probably pull up after I'm done reading this, the chart of the amount of peer review research that is getting posted on Research Hub's platform. It's actually staggering. I was watching an interview with Patrick Joyce that got posted a couple days ago, I think 5 days ago, in which Patrick Joyce was saying that they are having between 150 to 200 peer-reviewed articles getting posted on the platform each week, which is actually comparable to Nature Journal, one of the leaders in the actual industry. And again, this industry is $19 billion in revenue last year, and the profit margins for the industry is anywhere from 35 to 45%. So they're taking home a third to almost half of the money of that 19 billion. And because of what happened with the White House last year, in which the White House said any money that gets funded into research, the results of that research and the peer review publication that comes from it needs to be posted in an open access format, meaning you can't charge anyone to view it because we, the United States government, paid for that research to take place. And so that shifted everything. That goes live. That initiative happens at the start of 2025. So imagine we'll see an onslaught of researchers going to look for open source and open access platforms like Research Hub Foundation, like Nova Blocks, even like preprints. As long as all the infrastructure is set up, they are coming in masses. And again, you can hear more about it in the interview I did with him, which I'll be posting on Saturday. And then in August 23rd of 2024, so not that long ago, Rep and Rewards V2. So a new reputation and reward algorithm gets introduced to align incentives closer with healthy research behaviors. I did a very long post on this literally yesterday. And so you guys should definitely check it out on my X. I'll put the links to, the links to everything are always in the description. So you guys can go check that out. But read the full story here. I'll probably honestly make a video on this because I think it's important for everyone to understand on a high level. Here's the chart. Oh, let's go. Peer reviews on Research Hub. I can't zoom in on it right now, but look at that. Peer reviews in the last 2 weeks, 137. They saw skyrocket all the way up to 150, 170 in a week after they initiated this bounty program. So this is just the beginning of an S-curve. You guys are familiar with the S-curve. I am certain of it. This is the very beginning of a massive S-curve for adoption for these platforms. I would get ready. You guys are in the right spot at the right time. All you have to do is make the right decisions to be labeled as someone who got lucky down the road. That's how it works. That's the formula.